welcome to live commentary on, should we say, or should we call it, a pivotal game in the Scottish Premier League. Well, I would say it's possibly, if anything can ever come to a sharp point, gathering from loads of games right down to a final game, this could not have been staged any better. Celtic, 1 point behind Hearts, are chasing their 5th title in a row. Hearts, who sit proudly at the top of the table, are chasing their first title since 1960. Celtic Park is the venue for this title-deciding game, and it is possibly as emotional as you'll possibly get for these two sides. Celtic have been on a phenomenal run in recent weeks, and I have to say that when you get really down to the final crunch, it is going to be a bit of a tough ask for Hearts today, but they have won here before, so let's not beat about the bush. These two sides, last meeting was back in January where they drew 2-2, and before that, back in December, it was Celtic 1, Hearts 2, and Celtic lost by 3 goals to the Jam Tarts, as they're called. But let's have a little look at the lineups today for you. Celtic, with their traditional green and white hooped shirts, will be coming out onto the field of play, and they will be lining up with William Sinisalo in gold. They will have a back four from left to right of Tierney, Scales, Trusty and Johnston. 2 holding midfielders in the shape of Engels and McGregor. And then they have 3 attacking midfielders in Tunetki, Nygren, Yang. And up front it is Dyson, Maeda. For the side from the heart of Midlothian, it is Swallow in goal. They'll have a back four from right to left of Stein, Venda, Kingsley, Findlay and Mill, with Kizaridis, Bangengim, Devlin and Altena behind Kaborde and Shanklin at the top of the park. And it will be the traditional heart of Midlothian shirts, a very deep cerise coloured purple shirt, and the two sides will be making their way out onto the field of play as we speak. Callum McGregor will lead out Celtic, backed up by his keeper Sinisalo, Viliami Sinisalo. The sun is out here up in Glasgow, and it has been a marvellous run under, yet again, Martin O'Neill back for the 2nd time this season to manage Celtic. And a banner unfurled saying there's a fairy tale about this club. Well, the heart of Midlothian fans come into this after a week of drama, drawing at home in midweek after leading by a goal to 0, and then Celtic picking up the points midweek with a controversially awarded penalty, but it doesn't matter whether it's controversial or not, it was awarded, and the points have gone to Celtic, which closed that gap to just 1 point. Let's have a quick look at our official today. Don Robertson is the man that will be blowing the whistle in the middle of the park, and he will be assisted by Callum Spence and Mr. Arum, whilst David Dickinson, the real deal, no, he will be the 4th official. And plenty of the major fans there. Martin O'Neill and Derek McGuinness shake hands before the start of the game. Now, if you've ever seen televisual pictures from Celtic Park, well, I'm seeing exactly the same sort of view here. And it is a pretty impressive and noisy atmosphere inside Celtic Park as we get ready and prepare ourselves for the start of this game. Two sides going through their final pre-match rituals. So, flags and scarves are lofted above their heads. In the first half, it's going to be Celtic that are going to defend, although the toss hasn't happened at the moment. They are taking the goal away to my left-hand side. Fine voice. It must be a really awesome atmosphere for the Celtic fans as they try and make themselves the 12th man. That's such a cliched phrase, but part of Midlothian have got to go into the Lions' Den today. Lawrence Shanklin will lead the line. 15 goals for the 28-year-old this season. He needs to find his scoring boots. Celtic go into a huddle, white shorts, white socks, green and white hoop shirts. Hearts, well, 90 minutes away from rounding off what has been a superb season for Derek McInnes's men. They are housed away to my far side. The sun caresses a pitch. Will it caress the dreams of either of these two sides? Passion out of every pore of every Hearts fan and Celtic fan. Still, we await the start of the game at Celtic Park. Don Robertson just checking everything is fine. Derek McInnes stands on the verge of possible greatness as a Hearts manager. Trying to get something said to his side at the moment. Just it is going to be Celtic that defend the goal away to my left-hand side in this first half. And it's going to be Hearts that defend the goal away to my right. Ball has gone back and Findlay will launch it long for Hearts. Far side of the pitch. Big header inwards there by Benning-Me. And it's played back to the keeper, Sinisalo. Sinisalo rolls it out. We've got Isa Kabori down at the moment. Took a bit of a coming together in the middle of the park. We're only into the first minute and already we have Kabore down. And up for a strong header. He's back on his feet fairly quickly. No, the ball is back in play. Scales, square, 6 yards outside the Celtic penalty area to Trusty. Trusty comes up to the halfway line, plays it down this right flank. First time layoff down the line here. First ball into the box and it's almost put into his own net. Great defensive work in the middle of his own penalty area there. Slid in, facing his own goal by Stuart Findlay and just managed to get the ball away. Back it goes into the Celtic half, lumped away by Hearts and now played out to Liam Scales. Scales up and over the halfway line he goes, clips it down the left this time, looking for the run on the far side of Tunetki. Tunetki drags it into the penalty area and it is going to be cleared by Steinvender, who at the moment just appears to be popping into the heart of the defence. Maybe it's fluid from Hearts, played into the Hearts penalty area. Maeda back out on the far side. Tunetki tries to get the ball away. Tenacious play from the Hearts players. Celtic have got it back on the edge of the Hearts penalty area. Excellent defensive work. Looks like the first corner of the game going though for Celtic. Getting back there was Shanklin to clear Scales' danger. And it's a corner to Celtic, the first of the game. And it is going to be swung in to the goal away to my right-hand side. Schwallow, keeper for Hearts, will look out to his right. Goal away to my right, furthest corner away. Swept into the 6-yard box, and this time it's over the top from Austin Trusty. Got it in front of the penalty area, but ended up just glancing it higher over the top of the crossbar, always on the bottom of the ball as it dropped onto his head instead of being over it. Gordon O'Neill will be hoping that his side can really put some pressure through. Schwallow. Alexander Schwallow spots the ball up in the 6-yard box for Hearts, away to my right-hand side, on the left-hand side of his goal. Thumps it long. Kabori was the target. Maeda can't get the header back forward. Now on this near side, Findlay, left-footed, down the channel. Kabori again the target. Big, strong header away this time by Trusty. It's going to be a throw to Hearts, midway inside the Celtic half, which lays to the left of the halfway line. Martin O'Neill this week said everybody that's not of a Celtic persuasion wants Hearts to win it. So his side will be fired up a little bit like Alex Ferguson of yesteryear said about a siege mentality for Manchester United. It goes all the way to Alexander Schwallow. Schwallow knocks it out near side. Hearts scurrying to get the ball back. They do so. It's a lovely bit of play round the corner by Milne. Back to Shanklin. Shanklin tries to get away from one. Drives forward. Little flick into the middle of the park. Picks out the park of Devlin. Devlin square. 12 yards inside the Celtic half. Played down the line on the far side by King. King not playing at centre half as we thought he would. He's now Playing on this near side, long ball forward up to Kabore. Kabore just inside the penalty area, comes out near side, tracked on this near side by Johnston. And the ball is played off of Johnston and away for a throw to Heart of Midlothian, about 6 to 8 yards away from the corner flag. Harry Milne comes forward. And up goes Stuart Finley to the front post. Launched into the penalty area, headed on across the face of goal, and Shanklin was just underneath it. He thought Scales was fouling him there. Looking at the referee for something. Hearts players having a little look around. We're into 5 minutes here at Celtic Park. It's a long throw in, headed on at the front post by Finley. And then Shanklin and Liam Scales had a real coming together. I'm not sure, it's going to be really fair here. I think Shanklin has felt a little bit of bodily pressure and gone down a little bit too easy. And that seems to be the view of the referee, Don Robertson. Ball is currently back with Swallow away to my right. For Hart, thumps a long ball forward. One bounce outside the 18-yard box of Celtic. And this time Sinisalo comes out and gathers and bowls it out underarm to Trusty. Trusty now for Celtic, running away from the Celtic goal away to my left, up to the halfway line. Plays it out on his near touchline. Played back inside by Johnston. Back to Trusty on the halfway line. Trusty with a right to left ball up to the edge of the box. Big header away on the far side by King. Picked up though by Celtic midway in the Hearts half. Firing back this time by Tunetki. Scales 6 yards inside the Celtic half to the left of the halfway line. Square to the right side is centre half Trusty. Trusty down on this near side. Going to be cutting in is going to be Hyun Yun. Hyun gets the ball back to Trusty. Trusty down the line to Johnston. Back to Trusty on the halfway line. Celtic playing keep ball on the halfway line. Square to the left side of centre half Scales. Scales has got option to Netke out on that far touchline. Midway inside the Hearts half, which is to the right of the halfway line. Forced to go back. Callum McGregor square to Trusty. Trusty down on this near side. Chance for a run on this near side by Hyun Yun, but he's run into the body of Harry Milne. Milne tries to play it down the line. It goes out of play, 12 yards away from the corner flag, defended by the left back of Hearts, and Celtic take the throw a long way away, but Johnson throws it back to Trusty. Trusty square to Scales, 12 yards inside the Hearts half, which is to the right of the halfway line. Tierney down the line this time to Sebastian Tunetki. Tunetki trying to take on King. Sends the ball back. Kieran Tierney sloves a lovely look ball through there. Cross goes into the Hearts penalty area. And that was nicely worked there by Celtic. Engels got himself into a decent position. Goal away to my right here at Celtic Park. Heart of Midlothian's keeper Swallow looks out to his right hand side. Same side as it was just put in from before. Looks like Tunetki and Engels. Anna Engels are going to go short, although they're being serenaded by Cammy Devlin, who wants to get across there quite quickly to shut the short ball down. Still though, now the short corner looks as though it might be cleared to the back post. It's gone long right across the face of goal and out on this near side. A little bit of a waste there of a set piece there by Arne Engels. 4 goals to his season, 22 years of age. Got a few assists though as well. The man to look at is Benjamin Nygren. He's the man that comes from midfield. Very difficult to pick the numbers up actually, in fairness, on the back of the shirts of Celtic from this lofty position that I hold. 8th minute of the game. Swallow knocks a long ball forward for Hearts. Headed away by Trusty, back into the half of Heart and Midlothian. But had a play right underneath the camera vantage point on this near side of the pitch, just to the right of the technical area on the right. McInnes now will be going through every emotion. Can't do anything. He's done all his preparation before the game. Milne is about to take this throw. Down the line it goes. Just grazed off the head. Cabore's got in behind. That's a lovely little back heel there, covered off by Trusty. Hits the shins of Trusty. It's going to be a throw to Hearts. About 6 yards away from the corner flag, defended by Alistair Johnson, the Canadian right back for Celtic. Now from this last one, we saw Shanklin and Scales have a clash. Front post. 2 players are in there that are going to cause problems. Stuart Finley is at the front post. Here comes the throw from Milne. Headed away this time at the front post. Played back. Hyun loses out. Mills done really well. Skins one and his cross is a little bit wayward. Under pressure. Good covering that time by McGregor just to put him under pressure, and he swept it high over the top of the crossbar of Celtic away to my left-hand side. Liami Sinisalo plays it short to Scales, gets it back from the goal kick, plays it now out to Trusty. Trusty on the edge of the box, back to Sinisalo. Sinisalo's going to be put under pressure by Shanklin. Thumps it right-footed up and over the halfway line. Finley brings it down on his instep, plays a left foot ball down the channel. Kaborde goes into a challenge with Trusty. Trusty heads the ball out of play, and roughly the same position for the third time in this game. It's going to be a Hearts long throw. Mills going to aim for the front post, and it's going to be Finley. It seems to be a well-trodden path that they're going through at the moment. Finley makes his way into the penalty area. Jogs in there. Gets himself in behind Johnson on this near side, and just behind him, Mills' throw comes in. Headed away by Johnston again. Helped away this time by McGregor. Headed back into the penalty area by Hearts. Good work in the middle of the park this time by Devlin. Hooks it out to Mill. Mill's got two for company. A rather strong challenge coming in there by Nygren. Didn't need to do it, but did do it, and it's going to be a free kick. Mill got the ball down. Just kept his body across the ball. Nygren tried to come in round the side and obviously over the flailing leg away to Mill for a free kick. Hearts will look to with this ball in. Kaziridis comes out on this near side. Tends to play down the right for Hearts, but he's coming across the left-hand side. Set-piece goals for Hearts this year. They are the first ranked in the SPL. Kaziridis delivers into the box. It goes round the back. Oh, good header away at the back post. I've got to say that was really well defended back there. Arnie Engels was a man that glanced it away, but it is now the first corner of the first half here for Hearts. Stephen Kingsley is going to whip this in underneath the crossbar. Goal away to my left. Sinisalo looks out to his right. In goes the corner. It's a deep one. Sinisalo claims under no pressure. Tries to run to the edge of the box to look what's going on, but there's beat most of his own defenders out of the penalty area, so he has to hold on to it, delay it, and then roll it out to the right side of centre-half Trusty. Trusty forward. Turned round the corner by Hyun Jun, but it's blocked very quickly. Hearts very quickly across the line there. And they'll get the block in there. There's Devlin. Well, it's a lively start here. We're into the 12th minute of game. Celtic 0, Hearts 0. Nobody really has stung the keeper's gloves at the moment. Scales back to his keeper, Sinisalo. Sinisalo on the instep of his right boot. Plays it out from the goal away to my left-hand side to Trusty. Trusty just shy of the halfway line. Puts a straight ball through, looking for a run, but it was checked for offside. And the ball just harmlessly runs all the way through to keeper Schwallow for Hearts away to my right-hand side. Maeda tries to put pressure on the ball, but Derek McInnes has got a face like thunder. We haven't seen too much on the sidelines. We get little replay monitors down by our side so we can see exactly what's going on in our commentary booth, but McInnes is not a happy bunny at the moment, whilst we haven't seen Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill in his 75th year of his life. What a player he was, what a manager he's been for all of his clubs. Most notably south of the border with Leicester City, Sunderland. Just two to mention, and Celtic's record has been pretty brilliant under the tutelage of a man that, when I spoke to an ex-Nottingham Forest player and Leicester City player, said you just don't want to let down. He's such a nice man. Ball goes forward to the Hearts penalty area. This time it is cleared inside the penalty area, although a Hearts player has gone down. Referee Don Robertson is going to blow the whistle. Ball's on the halfway line. Celtic surround the referee. Finley's down holding his hip. Apologise, it's Steinvender that is down holding his hip. Just need to see exactly what happens there. Have a little look there. Johnston comes forward. Bit of a delayed reaction there by the Austrian defender, which tends to make me think that Michael Steinvender has torn a hamstring there in his attempt to try and go across. McInnes will see his centre-half move out of the field of play if he's not careful here. Looked at the challenge from Johnson. There was nothing in the challenge from Johnson. Yes, there's a little bit of a coming together, but Steinvender just went down very quickly afterwards, almost like on a satellite delay. Be interesting to see what is going on, but Derek McInnes at the moment is wandering up and down. He is not mic'd up. He has not got an earpiece in. He does not know what the medical team are telling him at the moment. 15 minutes on the clock. Celtic 0, Hearts 0. Remember, a point would see Hearts finish as champions for the first time since 1960. On the bench, though, for Hearts as cover. In the central back, they've got Jamie McCart and Frankie Kent that could come on. Steinvender makes his way out to the side of the pitch here just to move a little bit better. It's certainly holding his leg very straight. I'm not too sure if he's going to continue. Keeps trying to bend it. Looks like it's just at the top of his, on the outside of his hip that he's felt the knock. But either way, it is a free kick which Swallow will take. Alexander Swallow in goal for Hearts, away to my right-hand side. Dresses the ball right-footed, smites it down the left-hand side. Kabore heads it on. Hearts try and win it back in the middle of the park. This time there's good work in there by Callum McGregor. Celtic clear it to the halfway line. Hooked back into the field of play by Altena. Crossfield ball just outside the Hearts penalty area, and on the far side of the pitch this time it's going to be Stephen Kingsley that plays the ball away. The little ball is up in the air quite a bit here. Steinvender is back on. Kabore tries to run in, battles hard at the back there with Trusty, both in a tangle. Referee blows his whistle. Trusty foul, free kick to Celtic, 8 yards outside their own penalty area, away to my left-hand side. Trusty near side. Johnson goes long, looking for the run down this near touchline, and in fairness, fair old shoulder barge there on Nygren, who's given a fairly meaty challenge there. Stuart Finley, although Michael Steinvender is not moving smoothly at all. Still feeling that knock. Goal kick to Hearts, away to my right-hand side. Keeper spots the ball up on the left side of the 6-yard box, uses his right foot to play it down the left-hand side. Good header away this time by Nygren, headed back by Michael Steinvender. Played forward again, Hearts with a chance to drive forward. Lovely little layoff by Shanklin. Shanklin gets it out on this near side, drifting infield midway inside the Celtic half this time. Here's the players of Hearts of Midlothian, far side of the pitch. Round the corner it goes by Kizaridis, gets it back. Kizaridis back to the halfway line for Hearts. This time it's going to be played squared between Steinvender and Finley. Finley backs off into his own half and then with a sweeping left foot plays it long, and a rather silly challenge ultimately has given away a free kick. Maybe not the best. Alistair Johnston went up in the air, and Geordie Altena just literally went into the back of him and gave away a free kick. 18 minutes on the clock. Keeper Viliami Sinisalo brings the ball out of his penalty area with the head of his feet and plays it to the right side of centre half. Trusty down on this near touchline to Johnston. Back it goes to Trusty. Trusty back to Sinisalo. Sinisalo 6 yards outside to send the 6-yard box of Celtic away to my left-hand side. Up to Trusty. Trusty to the halfway line. Out on this near side. Flick round the corner. Maeda trying to run in behind. Excellent defensive work again. Michael Steinvender's gone down again. He'll be coming off without a doubt. Certainly if I'm Derek McInnes and watching the way he's moving after that sliding challenge again. There is an issue for Steinvender. Ball is back in play. Tunetke loses out on the far side. Great play by Hearts to win it back 12 yards inside the Celtic half, but a flag up on the far side for offside to onside with the initial attack. Well, few players that I haven't really mentioned too much at the moment. Celtic get the ball back in play. Near side of the pitch. Yun back to Trusty on the halfway line. Celtic trying to go forward, back out on his near side. It'll be Johnston back to Trusty. Trusty 7 yards inside his own half. The Celtic half lays to the left of the halfway line. Goes into the centre circle. Short ball forward. Maeda back to Trusty. Trusty short ball forward to McGregor. Back to Trusty. Trusty forward this time. Into Nygren's feet. Back out on his near side to Johnston. Johnston back inside to Trusty. Trusty on the lip of the centre circle, Celtic side of the pitch. Plays it to the right back, Johnston. Johnston goes for a clip ball over the top, looking for the run of Yun. He gets in behind Milne, then has to cut back, goes one side. Milne with a superb challenge, had to get that right in the penalty area. Did so. Breaking forward on this near side, Jordi Aldana. It's a free kick. It's upended. And it's going to be a free kick. 20 on the clock here at Celtic Park now. And it is going to be a goalless scoreline which favours Midlothian at the moment. Well, it's going to be an interesting battle on this near side between Yang Hung-yun. Hearts go forward. Kabori gets the ball down, Shanklin round the corner. Kabori into the penalty area, onto his left foot, fires a shot across the face of goal, gets a little bit of a deflection, Scales clears it before Shanklin can get onto it. Near side, Johnston down the side of the Celtic penalty area, plays the ball up to the halfway line, doesn't find Maeda. Steinvender plays it square to Finley. Finley lifts the ball down this left-hand side. Kabori's the willing runner, Trusty's across. Can he hit the ball out of play? Excellent play this time. Referee's got a decision to make because that was on the blind side of me. Altena went shoulder to Yang Kyung-yun. It's going to be a long throw in by young Harry Milne, wearing the 18. He's levelled the 18-yard box of Celtic away to my left-hand side this time. Finley again will go to the front post. He'll be shrouded by Alistair Johnston, but he goes short into Altena, back to Milne. Milne lifts it into the box, deep one, headed goalwards this time by Shanklin, but always going up, looping away to the left-hand side of Sinisalo's goal. Celtic get the ball back in play. We're into the 22nd minute, and the side of the pitch this time. Engels is caught in possession, puts the ball out of place. Well, that's very aggressive and not put off by being in the lion's den, so to speak. Fingernails already being chewed by both sets of fans. Shanklin with a layoff, gets it to Kabori outside the box, fires a shot in, again wide it goes on the spin, fired it in left-footed, went wide of Sinisalo's left post, and Sinisalo's goal kick out to Trusty was behind him, means he has to scurry on this near side to the near side touchline, and Trusty now 12 yards outside his penalty area, rolls it back to the edge of his penalty area to Viljama. Sinisalo back out to Austin Trusty, down this near touchline to Johnson. Johnson inside. Nygren goes back to Sinisalo. Sticking to their game plan. And it looks as though Benny Bangain is the man that's going to be playing pretty much on Nygren. The 6 of Hearts is going to be on Nygren, the danger man. Derek McInnes has definitely sort of said wherever he goes, you go too. Blocks that ball up to the halfway line. Good bit of play inside the half there. Flicked around the corner by Devlin. Devlin picks out Shanklin. Shanklin back to the halfway line where Kingsley plays it inside to Devlin. Devlin near side to Finley. Finley 12 yards inside the Hearts half, which is to the right of the halfway line. Plays it out on his near side to Jordi Altena. Back it goes to Finley. Finley will send it all the way back to Swallow. And Swallow with a right foot just booms the ball up and over the halfway line. Good header all the way by Scales. Stuart Finley backs off into his own half, some 18 yards before thumping a left foot ball down the channel. Kabori will run in. Johnson heads the ball down. Celtic pick up the pieces with Nygren in the middle of the park and send the ball back to Scales. Liam Scales comes forward up to the halfway line. Into the feet this time of Tunetki. Round the corner, Konecki makes his run go into the box on the far side. Excellent defensive work again this time by the Michael Steinvender, who seems to have got over his knock on his hip. He was moving very, very gingerly earlier on. I thought he was definitely coming off, but he's still there, and we're in the 24th minute, over halfway through the first half. Still goalless here at Celtic Park between Celtic and Hearts. Throw though to Celtic, some 8 yards away from the corner flag, defended on the far side of the pitch by Stephen Kingsley. Tierney has the ball in his hands. Coming short is Dunetki, but he throws it into the penalty area, headed away by Steinbender. Clash on the D of the penalty areas. Hearts are very animated with that one, but I have to say that I just think that was a coming together of play. It did. Altena running out, Johnston running in. Altena heads it. I have to say, now I've seen it in slow motion. Adam Johnston made no attempt to get the ball, but he had his arm up a reasonably high. Shankland is there. Lawrence Shankland is having a word with Don Robertson. Well, it's a nervy game. 25 on the clock here. Celtic 0, Hearts 0. No real goalmouth action to talk about at the moment. Celtic have commanded the ball, I would say, in terms of as many touches as they've had. But at the moment, it remains goalless. Callum McGregor's come over to his near touchline while Altena is getting himself a bit of treatment. Fans already deeply engrossed, like watching a chess match at the moment. Both sides can win the title right here, right now. Celtic for the 5th time in a row. Hearts for the first time since 1960. Some 65 years ago. That is a long time to wait for a title, and a long time to try and be one of the sides since Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen in 1986 to break the dominance of Glasgow Rangers and Glasgow Celtic. Well, the ball spotted on the lip of the D of the Hearts penalty area, away to my right hand side, and Swallow is about to thump this ball forward. Up and over the halfway line it goes. Kabori heads it across the face of the Celtic half, and on the far side of the pitch it can't be picked up by Lazaridis, and the ball goes out of play on the far side. Free kick to Celtic, taken quickly. Scales gets the ball 7 yards outside the penalty area. Lazaridis was an old player for somebody else. It's Kizaridis on the far side. I do apologise. Once I get a little bit of the Edises in there, I tend to move to Lazaridis. Anyway, Orson Trusty, crossfield ball, diagonal, headed away on the far side by Kingsley. Kingsley, ball is found, and a little slip ball through this side by Nygren, doesn't find the run of Maeda, and going into the penalty area of Hearts. First time that the covering defender hasn't got back there. Banningham. Swallow waistline follows this away from the goal, away to my right. Shankland's beaten in the air. Far side of the pitch, Kidaridis puts it forward, headed away by Scales on the edge of the Celtic penalty area. Shankland battles away on the far side, but slightly illegally on Kieran Tierney, who makes his way to the Celtic Park turf. Takes a free kick quickly back to Scales. Scales across to his keeper Sinisalo. Sinisalo 2 yards outside his penalty area, away to my left hand side. Plays it to the right sided centre half Trusty. Trusty out on this near side to Yankin Jun. In it goes. Played forward though and cleared this time by Hearts into the half of Celtic. Trusty midway inside his own half, just underneath the camera vantage point on this near side. I see pictures very much of Celtic Park as you'll see them. Johnson throws down the line, looking for the run of Maeda. Chested out of play this time by the covering defender Steinbender. Midway inside the Hearts half now. Throw to Celtic. Johnston throws it back towards the halfway line. Finds Trusty. Trusty into the feet of McGregor. Back it goes out to Trusty. Trusty down this near side. There's Banningham. He's there with Nygren. Banningham's got to be careful here because he's let Nygren drift in behind him, and they found Nygren with a little layoff there. Now to this near side. Johnson tries to get past his man, does so down to the dead ball line, tries to cross it in. Excellent defensive work on this near side by Devlin, and then Milne knocks a long ball forward. Trusty's gone down. He's caught a little bit of an errant arm, it looks like, by Lawrence Shankland, but the ball is still in play with Silisalo away to my left-hand side. Plays it out to Scales. Scales out to Tierney. Tierney options down the line into Netke. Goes back to Scales. Into the feet of Tunetki. Back it goes to Scales. Scales a good 15 yards outside the heart of Midlothian penalty area. Into the feet of Tierney. Back out to Tunetki. Back to Scales. Tierney. Back to Scales. Scales now trying to come forward. Sends the ball back in infield this time to Tierney. Tierney square. 6 yards inside the half of Hearts. Loose touch there by Trusty. Shanklin gets in there. Two legs go together. Ball comes out on this near side. It's going to be a throw to Celtic. First time I've seen an animated Martin O'Neill pop out on the touchline. Well outside of the technical area. But on this near side, it's going to be Alistair Johnson to throw the ball in. Nygren comes short. Tracked, of course, by Banningham. The ball goes all the way back to Sinisalo. Sinisalo out to the left centre half. Scales. Scales clips it out left-hand side. This time the charging man on the far side is the left-back Tierney. Tierney on the far side, held up by Kingsley. Down the side of the penalty area of Hearts, away to my right-hand side. Clipped in by Tierney, comes out, turned forward by Tunetki. Chance for Kingsley to clear, does so, but Celtic just up in the ante a touch here. 30 on the clock here, Celtic 0, Hearts 0. As it stands, if this result was to finish this way, it would be Hearts that win the title. They're a point clear of Celtic in second. Celtic need to win. Hearts would love to win, but need only a draw. Scales tries to play the ball forward, cut out in the middle of the park. Now it's a chance on the spin here of Kabore. Kabore checks one way, gets it back to Banningham. Banningham back to Steinvender. Steinvender out now to Kingsley. Kingsley out on the far side to Kizaridis. Kizaridis goes cross-field. Celtic now chasing the football, brought down by Finlay. Finlay out on his left-hand side to Milne. Milne on the halfway line, back into his own half to Finlay. Inside to Banningham. Banningham back to Steinvender and square to Finlay. Celtic now chasing the ball. Down the line it goes from Finlay. Nobody down there in a purple shirt. Or a maroon shirt, I should say. We've got in trouble there. And it's had a play down the side of the Celtic penalty area on this near side, underneath the camera vantage point. And it's going to be Johnston who's going to look to throw down the line. Going to miss the first man, who is Hyun Yun. Nygren gets a little bit on it. Lumped forward into the Hearts half. Kingsley gets the ball down. Excellent work by Banningham. Lovely turn. This time he's well shackled by a tackle by McGregor. Ball balloons into the half of Hearts, and it's not long into the half of Celtic. It's a little bit scrappy. Maybe that's what Derek McInnes' side want here. Just to stop Celtic from settling into a real pattern. But one thing I can tell you unequivocally is that the tension is rising ever more in this game. It's a 60 or a 59-minute match now, not a 90-minute match. Ball goes forward. Lovely footwork on this near side by Altena. Altena gets it back into the middle of the park. Strong challenges going. Celtic with a break on it. Yeah, real chance to play it out. Tunetki up to the edge of the box. Cuts back onto his right foot. Fires a shot in. Easily grasped there by Alexander Schwallow. But again, Hearts just making a mistake in the middle of the park, and they got themselves outnumbered on the drive forward there. Wonderful play. Cut back in from his left to his right for the shot in the end. Scales on the football just inside his own half of Celtic, who are starting to make their lion's share of possession, just starting to count in this game. Hearts maybe doing more containing than attacking. Ball is back with Sinisalo, who's 12 yards inside his own half. Plays it out to Trusty. Trusty drives forward. Now he's 12 yards outside the Hearts penalty area. Way to my right. Short pass out to Hyun Yun. Hyun Yun taking on Milne. Comes in from his right foot to his left. Little give and go on the edge of the box. Hearts are going to have to win this back. They do so. Lovely little steal on the far side by Kizaridis. Kizaridis plays it back to Kingsley. Kingsley back to his keeper Schwallow. Schwallow lumps it right-footed up towards the halfway line. Kabore battles with Trusty. Altena gets the ball down. Johnson hooks it away. Halfway line. Celtic back in possession. Nygren back to Scales. Well, you've got to give it to Hearts. They are very, very tenacious when they haven't got the football. Scales on the halfway line. Flicks it back into his own half to Tierney. Tierney back to Scales. Scales flicks it as he faces the right side of his defence and plays it to Trusty. Trusty 6 yards inside his penalty area. Plays the ball to Nygren. Nygren gets the ball on this near side into the feet of Johnston. Johnston down the line to Hyun Yun. Back it goes. Callum McGregor Johnston. Johnston now back to Trusty. Well, at the moment, Nygren's name has been mentioned a little bit more than it has been throughout this game, and I think he's going to start having a pivotal role. He's coming into the game. Scales lifts the ball down the far side, chested down, coming off the touchline by Tierney. Tierney on his right foot, short ball to Nygren, who's faced by Banningham. Ball breaks, got to be a win here, and it is a very good challenge coming in by Jordi Altena. First yellow card of the game comes. Alistair Johnston gets the first yellow card of the match. Nygren just lost out. There's a good bit of skill there by Jordi Altena. And not much of a clip, but a clip there was, and a card there is. Alistair Johnston goes into the referee's notebook. Just his second yellow card of the season. Near side of the pitch, Swallow comes out of his goal away to my right to take this free kick. He's about 10 yards outside his penalty area, away to my right. Thumps a long ball forward. Good ball is out, jumped by Trusty. Back to the halfway line it goes. Maeda loses out this time to Steinbender. Ball goes back into the half of Celtic. Brought down on his chest by Kabore. Ball goes into the half of Hearts. Thumped forward by Finley. Ball over the top, headed away again. Celtic have picked it up. Nice bit of skill in the middle of the park, driving forward. Well, wonderful tracking back there. I've got to say, that was superb. Tracking back this time by Kizaridis. Really did see the ball break nicely there to Engels and got himself across and back very, very quickly. Ball is with Swallow. Swallow knocks a long one forward. Johnston, as I say, second yellow card. The previous one was against Glasgow Rangers. It was also in May. It doesn't like May, does he, at all? Halfway line, good work again. Kizaridis working overtime, wins the ball, plays it square to Milne, near side, 12 yards inside to Celtic half he goes, away to the left, short pass into the feet of Altena, whose first touch is heavy. He's going to get a second chance to play it. He's into the box, he's onto his right foot, going square. Plays it out this time, Banningham. Banningham square, back to Banningham again. Back out on this near side to Altena. Altena sweeps it goalwards. A little bit high, a little bit opportunistic. Jordi Altena there. Swept it over his right shoulder as he had his back to goal, if that makes sense. And it killed high over the top of Sinisalo's crossbar. 37th minute of the first half. Approaching the last regulation 7 minutes of the first half. Trusty has the ball at his feet. Plays it to Johnston, near side, the right back. Down the line he goes. Going to be played back inside this time by McGregor. Back to Johnston, across to Trusty. Trusty up to the centre spot he comes. Celtic defend the goal away to my left, attack the goal away to my right. Trusty is allowed to come through the centre circle on the Hearts side before turning it out to Johnston, the right back. Down the line this time to Hyunjun. Hyunjun is beaten off the ball there by Milne. Milne, lovely reverse ball into Banningham. Banningham back to Finley. Finley back down his near side to Milne. Milne inside to Shanklin. Shanklin flicks the ball to a running Kabore. Pierre Kabore up to the edge of the box, fires a shot in. Really wanted it on his left foot there, couldn't. The shot was sort of toe poked goalwards from the edge of the box by Kabore, blocked by the legs of the covering Liam Scales. 27-year-old centre-half was on the ball now, up to the halfway line to Maeda. Maeda trying to spin away from Steinbender. Steinbender with a lunge in there. Might get a card for that when the game is stopped, but it's Tunetki driving down the side of the Hearts penalty area, away to my right-hand side. Plays it against the legs of the covering defender, and indeed there is a yellow card being played from Michael Steinbender. He had a real lunge into the legs there of Dyson Maeda. 39th minute of the game. Corner to Celtic, their third of this first half. Alexander Swallow again looks out to his right hand side. Goal away to my right, furthest corner away. All three corners were coming from this side. Swallow stands underneath the crossbar, curled under the crossbar. Big header away this time at the back by Steinbender, atoning for his lunge that almost put him on the back foot with his yellow card. Conor McGregor. Tierney out near side. Nygren down the line. Finds Jungjun, who tries to go past Mill. Mill's had his number here. 4th yellow card of the season by Steinwender. Celtic, Motherwell Celtic and Aberdeen. Ironically, Don Robertson in both the games against Celtic that he's got yellow cards has issued one to young Michael Steinwender. He's got his number. I don't know. Ball back to the halfway line. Trusty underneath the camera vantage point near touchline. Plays it square to Scales. Scales out to Tierney. Tierney just about inside the Hearts half, which is to the right of the halfway line. 40 on the clock. Celtic 0, Hearts 0. Possession dominated really by Celtic. Shots on, or attempts, it goes the way of Hearts at the moment as Steinwender goes across the cover, and this time it's Angles that upends him inside the Hearts penalty area, away to my right hand side. And that is given away a free kick and allows a little bit of time to be taken out of the game. Steinwender picked up by his keeper Swallow. Still not moving totally as sweetly as I think he would like, but I think that Derek McInnes wants him out there, full stop. Into the 41st minute of the game. Swallow. Right hand side of his penalty area, away to my right, thumps a long ball forward, looking for Kabore. Kabore's beaten in the air back there this time by Tierney. Headed out on the far side of the pitch, and on the halfway line on the far side it is going to be a throw, which Stephen Kingsley is about to throw into the Celtic half. Launch it down that far touchline, over the head of Kabore. Shanklin can't get onto the ball. Cleared by Tierney, picked up by Hearts nicely, played forward again. Good bit of work by Kizaridis, flicks it round the corner, blocked by the legs of Maeda, midway inside the Celtic half, and Kingsley comes forward to take this throw for Hearts. Midway inside the Celtic half, far side of the pitch. Celtic defend the goal away to my left. Hearts defend the goal away to my right. Kingsley is about to throw this as far as he can into that Celtic penalty area. Can he do it? It's a decent throw in fairness. Gets in there. It's headed away by Scales. Could go away for a Hearts corner here. It does. Scales had to sort of bow to head the ball as it came over the head of other players. And Hearts get their second corner of the game. Goal away to my left-hand side. Viliami Sinisalo will look out to his left. Furthest corner away. Up come the maroon shirts of Hearts. Into the box they go. He swung in from the far side. Clipped out to the edge of the box. Kizaridis has to scuttle back a long way to get it. He'll set Hearts on their way again. Down the line it goes. Could it be swung in this time? Chance to go in. Blocked this time by the man on the near side. Kingsley plays it in. Tunetki got his body across, but it's gone away for yet another Hearts corner. And ironically, and mirroring Celtic, they're going to get a corner from the same side. Their other two corners have come from. So it's a goal away to my left-hand side. Sinisalo looks out to his left, furthest corner away. Hearts so are good at set pieces. Far side of the pitch, Kingsley about to wrap his boot around it. 43rd minute, decent into there. Back post headed in, it's 1-0 to Hearts. Thumped in by Shanklin at the back post. Heart of Midlothian take the lead. On 43 minutes, Shanklin is the man with the goal, gets his 16th Premier League goal of the season, heading in at the back post from a corner that's been swept in this time by Kingsley. And they make it work again from a set piece to Heart of Midlothian. It is a really deep ball to the back post, and Shanklin's round the back and he heads it in. Well, it's not over until the final whistle is blown in this game. But a major, major body blow this time. It's a simple header. Sinisalo's got nowhere near it. And Shanklin from no more than a yard and a half out by the right post of Sinisalo's goal away to my left-hand side just buries the header into the back of the net. Lawrence Shanklin, goal number 16. The 30-year-old, and Derek McInnes signals it's not the end of the game. It's nowhere near the end of the game. There's another half to play after we've had time at the end of this one. But knowing that before this game started, a draw would give Hearts a title for the first time since 1960, and knowing that Celtic have to win to get your noses in front in the shape of Hearts and Midlothian, it is a massive, massive fillip for them, because the game isn't 90 minutes anymore. As we go into the 45th, it is about 45 plus stoppage time. Trusty comes forward. Near side of the pitch, finds Hyun-Yun. Hyun-Yun tries to cut aside Mill, plays it forward. Banningham gets across Nygren. Ball's played on this near side. Shanklin plays it against the legs of the Celtic player. Referee has decided it's a Hearts throw, but Lawrence Shanklin must have thought it was Christmas time as that came over the heads of everybody in the penalty area, and he just running around the back post and headed it in. Obviously a well-worked routine, but the Hearts fans in fine voice. Celtic have got to work hard, and at the moment we used to use a phrase in football, which is when maybe the fabled underdog get their noses in front, they now have something to hang their hat on. They have something to protect. Milne throws the ball down the line. Kabori goes down under a challenge, no foul. McGregor hooks it up towards the halfway line. Finley with a header goes forward, laid off on this near side. Tierney down the line to Tunetki. Can Tunetki inside? Can Celtic lose the ball in the middle of the park? Good play this time. Kizaridis, little layoff to Altena. Altena back to Finley. Finley plays a long ball forward, headed away by Johnson on this near side. Yang Hyun-Jung into a strong challenge. Oh, it's a fight like their very lives depend upon it, and that was a little bit too excessive there by Cammy Devlin in the middle of the park. Celtic get on with the game. We're waiting to see how many minutes are going to be added on at the end of this first half. We are into time added on. 3 minutes to be played. Far side of the pitch, Tierney going down the outside of the box. Can he get the ball into the box? Plays it across. It's blocked by a Hearts player, and a penalty has been given. And Celtic with a chance to get it back in. It's Kizaridis that slid in to block the cross. Derek McInnes is unhappy, but Alexandros Kizaridis tried to block the cross in by Kieran Tierney, and I have to say, do very well to get out of the way. He's sliding in, his arms away from his body, but I have to say that's fired in from no more than a yard and a half. It's very, very difficult for a player who's going in for a slide to block, not to have his arms away from his side. They say keeping your arms in the line of your body, but that is not natural when you're doing that movement by a Hearts player. But it doesn't matter, it's a penalty. They are checking it. The referee is being told that they are checking it. It's a very, very moot point as far as I'm concerned, because I don't think you can actually do that motion without putting your arm away from your body. But Tierney's cross, and Kizaridis' hand came out. Still waiting to see if this is going to be cleared. There's still a little bit of consultation going on. Liam Scales has the ball in his hand. Swallow's right out there as well. And lays the ball this time into the hands of Arnie Engels. Arnie Engels is going to stare down Swallow, who stands right by the face of the goalkeeper. Engels up to the ball. That's what Michael Ross doing. It's a little bit difficult here. Kizaridis has taken penalties. Engels, low into the bottom corner it goes. Fires it in, 49 on the clock. Engels pops the ball in, it's all level. And that didn't last very long, did it? 6 minutes at best. The difference goes low into Swallow's bottom left-hand corner. Swallow went to his bottom left, but couldn't get across to save the ball. And it's gone actually under the armpit of Swallow. He's gone for a big dive, and Engels has somehow got it close to his body, and Alexander Swallow will be mortified when he looks back at that, because that was I won't say mortified, he's gone for, basically you tend to think the player's going to whack it in the corner, and he's gone for the corner, but it's actually a shorter penalty and it's gone under his body. It's one apiece. Contentious, it's always difficult. It's very difficult from my point of view, because I don't think that you can do that bodily movement without putting your arm away from the body. But that is those letters of the Football Association laws. Near side, Johnson comes across. Findlay gets there first, plays it at a play on this near side. We're into the 4th minute of time added on at the end of the first half. Was a long time with the VAR. Don't think Derek McInnes will be too happy with that decision. It's right, but it's wrong, if that makes sense. Referee says that's enough time for the first half. 2 goals late on. Shanklin from a Kingsley corner. Open the scoring for Hearts on 43, and then in time added on, a Tierney cross hit the arms of Kizaridis as he tried to block it. Penalty was given, it was checked, but Engel slotted the resultant penalty away. At the break here, in a game which Hearts need a point from, and Celtic need 3 points from. At the break here at Celtic Park, it is Celtic 1, Hearts 1. Do join me for the Hello and welcome back to the second half of this title-deciding game from Celtic Park, where at the break it is one apiece between these two sides, battling to win the Scottish Premier League. The two sides not quite out onto the pitch at the moment. We're just waiting for them to emerge from the tunnel down beneath the camera vantage point here at Celtic Park. Sprinklers are on, and what an end to the first half we had. 43rd minute, third corner of the first half. Kingsley swept the corner in, and at the back post, Lawrence Shanklin with his 16th goal of the season. Popped the ball in with his head from about a yard and a half out to give Hearts, well, I won't say deserved lead. They gave them the lead in a game that they need to win or draw. But they couldn't hang on to it, because late on in stoppage time, a cross into the box from close proximity from Kieran Tierney, I should say, hit the hands of the recovering, sliding defender in the shape of Alexandros Kizaridis, and he used his hands well. Tunetki is coming off, and the former Leicester forward Kelechi Iheanacho is coming on to replace Tunetki. Sebastian Tunetki, who was playing sort of just behind the three, but Iheanacho, I think, is going to go to the top, and I think you're going to see Maeda drop into the middle of the park. We'll wait and see that for sure. Let's run through the two sides for you. Swallow, Steinvender, Kingsley, Findlay, Milne, Kizaridis and Banningham, Devlin, Altena and Shanklin with Kabori as well. That is your Hearts side, wearing the maroon shirts, maroon socks and white shorts, and defending the goal away to my left-hand side. They are in prime position as we stand. And for Celtic, it is as follows: Sinisalo, Johnston, Trusty, Scales and Tierney, McGregor and Engels behind Kyun-Yun, Nygren, and now I think it'll be Maeda with Iheanacho going to the top of the park. That is it. Our referee today, Don Robertson, is taking charge, assisted by Callum Spence and Mr. Room with the fourth official, Mr. Dickinson. Ball is in play. Celtic defend the goal away to my right. I see the pitch very much as you'll see television pictures, and the change is on. It is Kelechi Iheanacho that comes on, wearing number 17, and been subbed on 9 times this season. Only started 2 games all the way through the season, but the former Leicester striker is on, and that is where we are about to see him move to the top of the park, I would say, and play through the centre. Ball goes forward into the Hearts half, which is to the left of the halfway line. It's sacked away on this near side by Steinvender, who really doesn't look as though he's moving as smooth as possible. It's in a battle with Iheanacho, but the referee says the throw has been taken by the left back Tierney in the wrong place. And there is a change now coming on, and it is a change that is surprised me, I have to say, because going off is Jordi Altena, and he is being replaced on the far side by Kent. Kent, who's coming on. That's almost like a little bit of a defensive move, which if I'm a Hearts fan, I'm not going to be too happy to see. I know that we need to make sure that we are champions at the end of the night, but going defensive this early in the second half, just a minute into the second half, that means conceding ground to a Celtic side that will need no incentive to go forward to try and pick up the 3 points they need to become champions. Ball is back with Trusty under pressure from Shanklin, turns it back to his keeper Sinisalo. Sinisalo sweeps the ball out near side to Scales. Scales out of the shade and into the sunshine here in Glasgow. Plays it 6 yards inside his own half square to McGregor. McGregor out on the far side, picks up the feet this time of Johnston. Johnston down the line to Hyun-Jin. Hyun-Jin comes inside, tries to find Iheanacho. Good covering challenge this time going in by Steinvender, but the ball breaks on the halfway line to Trusty. Trusty out to the right back, Johnston back to Trusty. Trusty forward, and Kent no more a centre half, in fairness. Come on 11 times this season, and had a long spell out between August and December. Through injury, but He is on the field of play now. Ball goes forward for Celtic. Nacho has the ball at his feet. Oh my word, down, nobody near him whatsoever. Goes Benny Banningham. My word, that is a strange one. He's down clutching the back of his right hamstring, and this will be a big blow because he's pretty much kept Nygren really sort of out of play, but he has gone down clutching his left hamstring. I don't think he'll be playing much longer. Frankie Kent has come on. Trying to work out what this manoeuvring is going to do here. Primarily a centre-back, Frankie Kent. Derek McInnes' side dropping like flies at the moment. Well, Benny Banningham, I don't think he's carrying on. He's down in a heap on the floor. O'Neill and Co on the touchline making their changes, but defensive midfielder required to do a job in the middle of the park. I only see really Blair Spittle coming on for the side from Hearts. Banningham's really in a lot of praise. He's struggling to even walk with his left hamstring at the moment. Making his way off the field of play. He's in a lot of pain. I think it'll be Spittle that comes on. He is struggling he's wincing with pain just trying to walk. But he'd been doing a very good job in the middle of the park, and Derek McInnes has now got to realign the substitute and tell him exactly what his role is, and it's not one. A man marking role is not one of those that's easy just to come into. Certainly when Banningham have been doing such a good job on Benjamin Nygren. All of a sudden is the Hearts' dream starting to unravel. Well, Banningham makes his way off the field of play, and he is just going to see Spittle come on to replace him. Celtic Scales, Maeda coming away from the Hearts penalty area. Back it goes to the lip of the centre circle on the Hearts side of the pitch, which is the left halfway line to Trusty. Trusty into the feet of Iheanacho. Back to Trusty it goes. And the ball out this time to his right. McGregor feeds it out to Johnston. Johnston midway inside the Hearts half, which is to the left of the halfway line. Back it goes to Trusty on the halfway line. Celtic will be buoyed with getting a penalty, scoring it, equalising. And dare I say it, the demise of Banningham in the middle of the park as well. Coming forward, Trusty midway inside the Hearts half. He's stood at the moment. Ball goes into the box, runs harmlessly through. Well shepherded back there. Central midfielder Spittle normally comes on around about the 70-minute mark. He's been brought on 12 times this season. Did start two of the last three games though, so no stranger to playing football. Finley clears the ball away on the far side. Goes back to Oxford United on loan. Stuart Finley, the 30-year-old. Back though, Celtic level the 18-yard box of Hearts. Infield it goes to Iheanacho. Spins onto his left foot, 12 yards outside, back onto his right foot. Tries to slip a straight ball through. It's not a bad looking ball. Engels can't get onto the end of it. Different dynamics on the pitch from the first half. From 43 minutes when Lawrence Shanklin put Hearts in front, the whole complexion of the game has somewhat changed. terms of personnel. You're sort of thinking that your first 11 out there is your strongest 11, or picked on form and on merit. And McInnes has had to make a couple of changes. Good work by Kabore. Disappears away from his man. Gets caught late behind. There's a yellow card being flashed here. And it's Nygren that's got the yellow card. For a moment there, I just looked across as Kabore got away from McGregor. But for a moment, I just had a little look there. I thought it was Alistair Johnston that got a yellow card, but it wasn't. I'm a long way away, it has to be said. 54 on the clock. Free kick to Celtic. Benjamin Nygren, the Swede, getting his 4th yellow card. Now this is about 10 yards away from the dead ball line. Sinisalo looks out of his goal, out to his right-hand side. About 10 yards away from his dead ball line. Just about 2 yards outside the right side of his penalty area. Sinisalo in goal, away to my right-hand side. Kizaridis, favourite to arc this around the wall and in, does so, really fizzes it up and over the crossbar, maybe a little bit ambitious to say the least. But Alexandros Kizaridis thought he'd have a go, and did have a go in fairness. Ball on this near side, brought down, can't be kept in play by Milne. Looks as though there might have been a little change in the personnel at the moment. Milne appeared to be in the right back area just for a moment. I'll keep an eye on it. See if he's popped across, and maybe Stephen Kingsley's popped into the middle of the park to let Frankie Kent to go back. We'll wait and see. I'm trying to see how that's actually in the shakedown at the moment as Milne clears the ball forward. Halfway line, put back in towards the Hearts penalty area and thumped away this time by Steinbender. And he's thrown back by Scales to Sinisalo, away to my right, out to Trusty. Trusty to Johnston. Johnston back to Trusty, who backs and receives the ball about a yard outside his penalty area, away to my right. Short pass forward. Engels with the clip ball over the top, looking for the run now, in behind. Real chance for running behind here. Celtic have got the ball, played the ball back, and it's cleared up and over the crossbar via a deflection. Good defensive work ultimately back there by Hearts, but just a clip ball over the top. Findlay got back first, shoulder to shoulder with Hyun Young, and then as the ball broke inside the penalty area to a Celtic player, it was flashed in by Johnston, who caught the head of Kingsley with his boot as he played the ball, and that has seen it go for a corner. Stephen Kingsley very, very quick to get across there. Kingsley seems to have gone from right back to left back now, and Harry Milne's gone from left back to right back. Corner first of the second half, going the way of Celtic. Goal away to my left, curled into the back post, up goes the head. The head of a maroon shirt gets it away. Scales near side. Milne trying to get there, so's Kabore. Scales tries to play it off the legs of Milne, and indeed it is another corner on this near side. First time we've had a corner in a sort of different area, if that makes sense, and Celtic have taken it short. Back it comes, whipped in by McGregor. Glances off the heads, back post, tries to be brought down this to Trusty. Hooked away, shouts for handball inside the penalty area of Hearts, but the ball is back on the halfway line. Celtic build again. Johnston near side, down the line by McGregor. Coming off the touchline is Maeda, back to McGregor, and McGregor from the halfway line back to Sinisalo. Celtic looking as though they've got a little bit about them in the second half, got a bit between their teeth. Trusty out this time to Nygren. Nygren cuts inside Kizaridis. Plays it back to Trusty. Trusty 6 yards inside the half of Hearts, which is to the left of the halfway line. Trusty forward, gets it cut out. Shanklin with the ball. Flicks it on. Kabore in a straight foot race here. Sinisalo's coming out. Kabore, Sinisalo. Sinisalo gets there first. His pass, though, across into the middle of the park, and there's been a foul in the middle of the park, but the referee waves play on because it would have gone the way of Celtic. 2 players down, one in either half. One for Hearts and one for Celtic. And now the referee will blow the whistle as it goes out of play on the far side for a throw. There's going to be a card flashed on the far side. Kizaridis is down in a heap at one end of the field of play. Engels is down in a heap at the other end. It's very much balanced on a knife edge here. 1 point as Trusty picks up a yellow card for the challenge on Kizaridis. And then Engels got back and got stood on accidentally in the follow through. Kizaridis down in a heap. Let's just reiterate, this is the final regulation game of the Scottish Premier League season. Top of the table, Heart of Midlothian, a point clear of Celtic. If the result is a draw or a win to Hearts, Hearts are champions for the first time since 1960. If they lose, then Celtic are champions for the 5th time on the spin. It is that tense, it is that close, it is that big a moment. Nice to see Benny Banningham on the bench, but he certainly isn't going to be playing much football without a hamstring tear. Kizaridis is back on his feet, and it is a throw to Celtic, 7 yards inside the half of Hearts, which lays to the left of the halfway line. Back to the halfway line it goes to Trusty. Trusty square to Scales. Scales out to Tierney. Tierney near side, midway inside the Hearts half, backwards and infield to Scales. Scales square to Trusty. Trusty now coming forward, plays it out to the right back Johnston. Johnston down the line. Kyung-Yun tries to play the ball in, comes off the legs of Kizaridis. Going to be a corner on the far side of the pitch for Celtic. Their 3rd of this second half. There's 6 of the game, and going across to take it, the left foot of Kieran Tierney is going to whip it under the crossbar of Hearts away to my left-hand side. Alexander Schwallow stands and bounces up there. Looks out to his left. Furthest corner away from me as I sit on the halfway line. Here comes a deep ball in. Schwallow catches safely under no pressure, underneath the shadow of his own crossbar. Jogs out towards the edge of his 18-yard box, and we've had 60 minutes. Going to be time added on because we've had injuries and a few players down here. A few cards now, just one for Hearts in the shape of Michael Stein, Vender. But Nygren, Trusty and Johnston all on cards for Celtic. Kabore trying to run in behind this time. Scales inside his own penalty area, has to put it away. It's going to be a corner this time. Well worked by Hearts. And it's going to be a corner to Hearts. Their first of this second half. Goal away to my right. Sinisalo looks out to his left-hand side, right down by the point of my right shoulder. Celtic are readying a substitution. This was the side that Stephen Kingsley at the other end of the field whipped the ball into the back post for Shanklin to head in from no more than 1.5 yards. Hearts good at their set pieces. The Arsenal of the North. Here comes Kingsley's corner. Again, in towards the back post. Clears everybody this time. Shanklin can't get there and goes away. Finley also at the back post and goes away for a goal kick to Celtic. Celtic readying a substitution. What will they be looking at? I think it's going to be Yang Kyung-Yun who's going off the field of play. Indeed he is. And it's Jamie Forrest that is coming on to replace him. Has failed to have an impact, in fairness. Kyung-Yun, 8 goals and 2 assists for the 23-year-old, but he's removed from the field of play and Forrest comes on. Trusty, under pressure from Kabore, goes back to his own keeper, Sinisalo, away to my right-hand side. Short roll out with his feet. Sinisalo, though, plays it back to the right side of centre-half, and Trusty up to the halfway line, slips it out far side. Chance for the run down that far touchline for the first time by Forrest. Infield it goes, real chance. Oh, little give and go from the edge of the box. Nygren got it all wrong and puts it straight out of play for a goal kick. But again, Nygren finding space in between the lines there and tried to slip it for the run there of Johnston. But Johnston checked out and the ball goes away for a goal kick to Hearts. Every second that passes, one dream gets ever larger, one nightmare grows bigger, and the nerves get even stronger for both of these sides and their fans here inside Celtic Park. Cabore tries to get on. Sinisalo's out to the edge of the box. Trusty was beaten for pace there. Pierre Cabore very, very quick across the floor. Throw on his near side. Milne, they're playing right back. Plays the ball back to Steinwender. Steinwender's ball forward is cut out by Celtic. Callum McGregor down this near side. Maeda tries to run and take on Steinwender. Crosses the deep ball across the face of the goal there. Swallow watches it go over his shoulder and out on the far side. And Kingsley just sees the ball out, having played now at right back. To see it out for a throw on the far side. Stephen Kingsley dries the ball off in his shirt. Makes a mark, so to speak. Darren McInnes is going through every emotion in the book we fancy for Hearts, and so in fairness will be Martin O'Neill, who, as he said earlier on, is pretty sure the world and its mother wants Hearts to win. Maybe that's just a little bit of mind games to be played. Trusty beats Cabore in the air, brought down just inside the half of Hearts and played out on the far side. Loose touch there though by Kizaridis. Now Cabore's down on his derriere as Celtic trying to break forward. Forrest into the fit of Johnson, back to Forrest. Forrest round the corner for Iheanacho. Iheanacho tries to spin away, fouled by Finley. Just inside the half, about 12 yards inside the half of Hearts. 65 minutes on the clock here. Celtic 1, Hearts 1. Goal scored at the back end of the first half. 43 minutes. Shanklin put the first in from a back post header from a Kingsley corner to give Hearts a lead, and just 6 minutes later, in time added on, Kieran Tierney's cross hit the arms of Kizaridis and a penalty was given, and Engels tucked the penalty away for his 5th goal of the season. Celtic just feel as though they are having more purpose on the football at the moment, and Hearts have got to stop feeling sorry for themselves. They've lost a couple of players to injury. Tenor was taken off. That could have been tactical, but Banningham was playing as a shadow man marker on Nygren, who went off with a hamstring injury. Shanklin gets the ball down just by the lip of the centre circle on the Hearts side. Hearts have given the ball away though in the middle of the park, tied it up by McGregor. McGregor to Johnson. Johnson back to Trusty. Trusty up and over the halfway line. Celtic attack that goal away to my left-hand side. Short ball forward. Iheanacho spins away from one. Lays it off to McGregor. McGregor out to Tierney. Tierney with a deep ball across the face of goal. Headed away by Kingsley. Going to be a corner to Celtic on the far side. They're 4th of this second half. And it's going to be Alexander Swallow who looks out of his goal away to my left-hand side. Forrest takes a corner short. He's got to be swung in now. Different angle. Back post. This time it's headed up and over the bar by Mason Maeda. Got round the back this time, but always a difficult one for him to get across the back of Harry Milne. Ball up and over the crossbar. This is bad news for Derek McInnes' side, because down is Portuguese striker Pierre Andros Cabore, who has, I think, been playing very well up front. Suddenly sat down just moments ago, and I think I just looked. They were talking possibly there. Cabore, Kizaridis, and Milne are all going off. Chesnikov, Forrest and Braga are all coming on. It's 3 changes. Well, this is a big call by Derek McInnes. 3 players that he preferred to start the game. They've had their 65 minutes. And it is all about the substitutes coming on. Claudio Braga, Alan Forrest, and the right wing Islam Chesnikov about to come on. Or is this brilliance by Derek McInnes, or is this necessity by Derek McInnes? Is this an opportunity to change things up by Derek McInnes? Dumped long by Schwallow. Shanklin's beaten in the air by Scales. Ball goes up in the air, headed forward this time by Nigel, picked off by Hart, near side of the pitch. Great run down this near touchline, driving forward. Oh, he's done really well. He's skinned 2 or 3. He's inside the box, pulls it across the face of goal. Trust is there. What superb play that was on this near side. Really jinking run down on this near side by, pretty sure it was Islam Chesnikov, that has just gone past 3 players. Wonderful footwork, dragged it back but couldn't find a maroon shirt inside the penalty area. Chesnikov there doing really well. Changes. Spittle with the throw into the box, front post headed away by Scales. Spittle will see the ball go out of play, a little further away from the corner flag now for another throw. Yeah, Spittle is the man. Forrest comes on as well. Spittle throws a long ball in again into the box, bounces nicely. Chesnikov, little reverse ball, trying to run in there, make himself big. It's Forrest, but it's cleared away up to the halfway line. Celtic try and break into the heart of Hearts. And at the moment the change is for Hearts seem to have reinvigorated them as touch as Swallow thumps a long ball up towards Braga. Braga's beaten in the air, but Hearts pick up the pieces on the spin, on the turn. Flicked out on his near side to Chesnikov. Chesnikov infield. Devlin tries to play it out on this near side of Braga's first touch, evades him and it goes out of play and gets the ball back into the position of Celtic. They won't need any encouragement. 70 on the clock here, just 20 regulation minutes to go here. Celtic 1, Hearts 1. Shanklin battling hard. Has the ball gone out of play? No. Good work here by Celtic. Driving forward. Nygren going forward. Lovely bit of work by Nygren. Just outside the penalty area. Square ball to Johnston. Johnston out far side. Chance now for Forrest for Celtic to cut in from his right to his left. Fires a shot in. Cleared by Finley. Cleared away by Hearts. Little left by Shanklin. Good work in the middle of the park this time by Kent and Spittle. But the ball comes out on this near side. It's going to be a Hearts throw right on the halfway line. Ben Robertson, but it's Don Robertson has to have a few words with the track-suited manager on this near side. Martin O'Neill, like his tutor of many years, Brian Clough, back in the day. Throw on this near side will be taken by, I would have thought Milne, but there's so many changes on my field of play now. I'd be interested to see. Chesnikov I don't see playing at full back. Blair Spittle is playing at right back. Chesnikov is playing on the right hand side, and Alan Forrest is inside with Devlin headed forward this time by Devlin. Cleared by Celtic from the edge of their box, halfway line. Finley volleys it high back towards the Celtic goal away to my right, headed on this near side away by the full-back Journey. Played back down this near side. Celtic lucky to get the ball back again. A little loose touch on this near side by Forrest. More changes coming for Celtic now. It really is turning into who's playing where. Celtic need a goal to be champions and need to hold that lead until the end of the game. Hearts, Shanklin gets the ball down on the halfway line. Turns into a lot of trouble though. Callum McGregor this time is upended by Shanklin as he tries to play the ball forward. Well, which way is this going? I honestly don't really know. Hearts have been, over the season's games, possibly the better of the two sides, and at Celtic they know how to get over the line. Hearts are in uncharted territory, and this time a ball around the corner by Nygren. He's neck with arms out by his side as Jamie Forrest stood still and didn't decide to run onto the ball. And it's a goal kick away to my left-hand side, which Alexander Schwallow will take. Two changes coming for Celtic now. And Tierney is going off, so fullback going off. And also a centre half as well. So interesting changes. Trusty Tierney goes off to be replaced by Osman and Saraki. Obviously, change in personnel mean in terms of lineup. I think it's a more attacking lineup now from Martin O'Neill, who knows that he'd rather lose trying than not trying. Scales heads the ball down. Shanklin picks the pieces up, plays it out to Chesnikoff. Chesnikoff's trying to get outside the new fullback on this near side, who is Saraki. Saraki stops the ball and puts it down the line for the throw. A little bit of afters on the ball as it goes up towards the Celtic penalty area. But either gets the header down. Saraki plays it back to Sinisalo. Sinisalo up to the body of Iheanacho. Iheanacho slips a lovely ball through. Is a real chance of a one-on-one here. Well, that's terrific defensive play there. And I have to say that pretty sure that that was Frankie Kent that was left one-on-one here. The ball through. Osman with his first run, he just stood in there and made it as big and as solid as possible. Osman, the substitute that had just come on, just stood in his way like a colossus. Swallow clears the ball forward from my left to my right. Flicked on this time by Braga. Shanklin can't get onto it. So we took off a centre-back in Austin Trusty and brought on a centre-forward in the shape of Osmond. Celtic know that it's now or never time, as Elvis Presley would sing. Far side of the pitch, Nygren midway inside the Hearts half. Little flick down the line, tries to find Johnston. Johnson tries to come back inside. Forrest then loses out. Throw on the far side to Celtic, 24 yards away. Alistair Johnston comes forward to take this throw for Celtic. Throws it infield. Nice pick out for Iheanacho. Iheanacho square this time to Saraki. Saraki trying to go down the side of the penalty area. Tries to play the ball in. Blocked by the legs of Steinwender. And goes away this time for a corner, which Angles will come across to take. I think that Derek McInnes is playing a little bit of a blind here by trying to throw a three up top and or one off the front, but a corner near side to Celtic. Swung into the box, deep around the back. Iheanacho heads it up and back towards the edge of the box, headed forward again. This time a little header grazed by the head of Kent, and away to the right of his goal. The left of his goal goes Swallow, catches the ball and then runs to the edge of his penalty area. Still has the ball in his arms, bounces it once. And then a waist-high volley with his right boot. 76 on the clock. Can't find on this near side Chesnikoff. Ball's played forward by Celtic. Break on again. Little layup to Maeda. Maeda's into the box, pulls it back. Real chance for 2-1 here. And a great save. Nygren couldn't get his shot off. And in the end, Kingsley blocked the ball. And a free kick is given right on the edge of the box as Engels comes in. And this is danger territory there. Devlin this time. Maeda pulled a lovely ball back. Nygren never really got enough on his shot. Saved by Kingsley as it went goalwards, and then a rather silly challenge by Devlin has given Celtic a free kick. Goal away to my left-hand side. Swallow looks out of his goal. It's the penalty spot and centre spot as he looks out of his goal. It's 12 o'clock for him on a clock face. This is 5 past the hour, but only 20 yards out. Engels, Nygren stand over the ball. Iheanacho comes to join them. Walking away this time is McGregor. 77th minute of the game. Is this the moment Hearts fans have been dreading? Is this the moment Celtic fans have been dreaming of? Nobody really can bear the tension inside Celtic Park. Engels and Nygren. The wall is back to the left of the wall as the keeper Swallow looks out. It is going to be a 2-man Celtic wall, 3-man now. Devlin picks up his second yellow card against Celtic this season, and both issued by this referee Don Robertson. Engels, Nygren. 20 yards out. 78th minute. Engels goes up and over the wall, but wide of the right post of Alexander Schwallow. And that will be a goal kick for Hearts. Never really got his angles right there. I'm lucky to see it from behind the goal with on a replay monitor, and it was always going to curl away to Schwallow's right-hand side of his goal. So it meant it needed to start more to the left-hand side to curl into that right-hand side, but he started it on the right and it just curled wide of the post. Celtic 1, Hearts 1, 79 minutes on the clock. Schwallow knocks a long goal kick forward. Braga gets a header down, it falls nicely. Hearts are into the box, can they finish it here? Good shot into the midriff, taken beautifully there. Alan Forrest was the man that took the header down by Braga, run into the box onto his left foot, fired it straight to the keeper Sinisalo from 17 yards. Big moment for Hearts there. Nygren far side of the pitch. Forrest is trying to chase him down. Played forward. Iheanacho, lovely touch, plays it low, hits the base of the post, away to the right of Schwallow's goal on 79. Celtic find the frame of the goal. Sarachi crosses the ball in, headed away. Game just opening up at the moment. 2 chances in 2 minutes. One saved by the keeper, Sinisalo. One Schwallow see come off the outside of his right post. Shot this time. Fired in by Iheanacho. Celtic still on the attack. Iheanacho pops out of the penalty area again. Faced up on the far side this time by Forrest, and Spittle plays it back to McGregor. McGregor 12 yards inside the Hearts half, which is to the left of the halfway line. Square to Scales. Scales to Sarachi. Back it goes. First time shot comes in. Lovely layoff. Nygren with a shot from just inside the penalty area, and Alexander Schwallow puts the ball up and over the crossbar for the 5th Celtic corner of the second half. Taken short on 18 minutes here. Edge of the box. Slipped in. Turned. Span. Cleared. Celtic put the ball out of play. Engels thought he got a touch on it. Osman thought there was a touch on it. Hearts survive and get a goal kick. 18 minutes on the clock. Celtic 1, Hearts 1. Iheanacho got away this time from Frankie Kent. Side-footed it with his left boot. Past the keeper Schwallow. And it hit the base of the post on the right-hand side of the goal. Martin O'Neill again with his head in his hands. How close can you get without scoring? Well, that is as pretty close as you can get. Celtic just starting to turn the heat up here on part of Midlothian in their chase and their quest for the first championship for them since 1960. Sarachi with the header down, round the corner by Maeda, give and go this time by Osman. Played forward, this time cleared by Finlay, hooked on this time by Forrest of Hearts. Far side of the pitch, tidy footwork going by Braga, loses out. Celtic pick up the pieces and drive midway inside their own half on that far touchline. Coming forward again. It is which way is this going? Every passing second the anxiety gets even bigger inside Celtic Park here for both sets of supporter. Sinisalo plays the ball out. Gets the ball back. Plays the ball out. Infield to Nygren. Johnston plays it down that far touchline. Celtic still have the ball on the halfway line. Across this time to Masato Sarachi. Sarachi driving forward. Flicks it with the outside of his route to Maeda. Maeda tries to get inside. Crosses the ball across the face of goal and running in. And heading the ball wide is Osman. Oh, my word. Take a bow at this point because it is an attacking lineup now from Celtic. They're almost playing 4 up front and 3 at the back. Could have been offside though. Maeda's ball in. Carlson at the front post. Flag didn't go up. 82 minutes have elapsed. We're into the 83rd. Part of Midlothian who have had a season to remember. Are they on the cusp? Well, I'd have to say this is going to be the 7 longest minutes of their entire lifetimes for most of these Hearts fans. This is going to feel like 7 hours, let alone 7 days, let alone 7 weeks. Sarachi throws the ball into the Hearts half, headed away this time on this near side by Steinvender. Lifted forward towards the penalty area. Finlay clears. Tied it up in the middle of the park this time, twice by Devlin, who's on a yellow card now, but he gives the ball away. Celtic come forward again. This time a foul is spotted by Don Robertson, and Hearts will have a chance just to take a little bit of pressure off their rear guard as Celtic try and bear down on their successive championships. Oh my word. The faces of some of the Hearts fans I'm just getting a glimpse of. Celtic are pensive and poised and thoughtful. But you look at the Hearts fans, and there's some that have never been here before that are smiling, thinking that this is all they've got to do is get to the end and a draw, and don't know the real sensitivity of it. There's some fans that can bear to actually open their eyes. Good work again by Hearts. Go forward. Sarachi with the header away. Maeda's beaten to the ball on his near side by Spittle. Ball breaks nicely for Celtic. Osman now driving towards the penalty area of Hearts. Crossfield ball looking for Iheanacho, but I don't know if Iheanacho is going to go anywhere near that. Ball goes out of play right down by the corner flag on the far side, defended by Stephen Kingsley. And he is going to take this throw about 3 yards away from his corner flag. And every second passes mounts even bigger pressure on these two sides. He launched long. Is launched long by Kingsley. Played back towards the Hearts goal. It'll go out of play though. It's a little too close for comfort for both of these sets of fans now. Celtic 1, Hearts 1. We're into the 85th minute. Try to calm things down, but also ramp up the pressure. Is a difficult game. Trying to get that blend from the coaches, Derek McInnes and Martin O'Neill. Swallow spots the ball up right hand side of the 6-yard box. Thumps a long ball forward, headed away by Scales. Turned forward again, this time by Devlin. Braga heads it past the keeper, who's come a long way out, but he's helped out by his defenders back there. Johnston got across at the back there. Forward it goes again. Braga battling away on the edge of the box. Good work this time by Shanklin. Scales gets a toe in. It's going to be a corner to Hearts. Away to my right-hand side. Their second of the second half. Braga's been a little bit difficult for the Celtic rear guard. Spittle's going across to take this corner. A goal now for Hearts from the set piece. They have been the set piece champions in the Scottish Premier League. Sinisalo looks out of his goal, away to my right-hand side, out to his right-hand side. Spittle to deliver. Spittle lifts the ball into the box. Sinisalo punches away, brought down by Kingsley. Kingsley puts it goalwards. It can't be turned goalwards by Braga. Goes away for a goal kick to Celtic. Celtic take it quickly. Lifted forward on the far side by Johnston. Looking for a long run through the centre by Osman. Good work by Finlay. Gets across. Plays it forward. Braga, a little layoff. Back to Spittle. Spittle looks for Braga on the chase. Chase is on. Scales gets there first. Turns it all the way back to Sinisalo. Away to my right-hand side. Out to Sarachi. Sarachi faced by Shanklin. Goes inside Shanklin. Midway inside the Celtic half. Driving up to the centre circle. Through the centre circle. Over the halfway line. Short pass forward to Nigro. Nigro and back this time to Scales. Scales slips it back to Sarachi on this near side. Midway inside the Hearts half. Cups inside his man there, Devlin. Sarachi, lovely ball down the channel here. Cross comes in. Turned goalwards by Maeda. It's 2-1 to Celtic. But it looks as though the flag has gone up on 87 minutes. Oh, my word. Build the tension up even bigger here. Maeda with the finish. And, my word, I've got to see this. Yeah, Diaz and Maeda is offside. Half a body up there. That's excellent work by the centre half, Steinwender, that has got a cross in there. He's gone back to centre half. It's, the way this side are moving around is quite something. Derek McInnes has got his side pretty much running all over the show. Chesnikov, who had a massive opening to this second half as he came on as substitute, has somewhat slipped out of the game at the moment. We're into the 88th minute here at Celtic Park. It's Celtic 1, Hearts 1. Just a reminder, Celtic need to win to lift the title. Hearts need to draw, or they need to win to lift the title. But with just under... Well, this is about to ebb over into the... We're in the end of the 88th. We'll have the 89th and 90th. Just 2 minutes of regulation time. That might feel like an absolute hour. The referee has been told that it's a goal. A goal has been scored by Maeda. VAR has overturned it. Maeda was offside. I saw the replay. Maeda was clearly offside. Bear in mind what happened to Celtic in the week. They got a penalty which was hotly contested even after the game. Well, I've shown it that it's the foot of Kingsley versus the foot of Maeda. Maeda's body is offside. I am going to have to say, as a commentator with no bias towards any side here, that I am, well, my flabber is gasted here. Maeda's goal stands. We're into the 90th minute, and this will pass the championship back to Celtic. This is going to be a really big moment in Scottish football, because Dyson Maeda gets his 14th goal of the season. The players must be absolutely floored by that. I'm clearly telling you that the upper torso of Maeda is offside, but they've decided to go for the foot. I'm somewhat perplexed, having seen VAR being used for a few years, how that is so, and I'll be very interested. I'm looking around the commentary area here. Absolutely nothing anybody can do here. Ball is back in play. We're into the 91st minute here, and the drama continues, and there will be a lot of people with a lot of things to say regarding two decisions that Celtic have picked up in their last two games. But there's nothing we can do but play out the rest of this football match now. Steinvender's down again. Hearts are trying to find a goal out of nowhere. Murray is on for Nygren for Celtic. We've got 8 minutes to play here. And this is... well, the ball boys are getting involved with trying to keep the ball away on this near side from Blair Spittle. Long throw into the Celtic penalty area. Front post headed away by Scales. Corner to part of Midlothian. We're into the second minute of 8 to be added on. I, as a commentator, with impartiality at the fore, I'm very, very disappointed with that decision, having seen a lot of VAR decisions. Kingsley with the corner into the Celtic box. Back post, it's headed down and ran the post away. Michael Steinvender got his head on it, but it's gone away for a goal kick to Celtic. That is really, it stunned your commentator. I can do nothing about it. But you don't mind losing a championship. You don't mind losing a title. You don't mind losing it pretty open and honestly. Maybe a worldie, an overhead kick, a mazy run that beats 16 players and puts it into the back of the net. You don't mind that. There's nothing you can do. You can't odds it. But a decision like that is going to grate for many, many years to come. Halfway line, ball is back in play. Celtic trying to hang on to this lead that will give them their title. Sarachi clears the ball. Headed forward by Steinvender. Devlin tries to turn the ball on. Celtic battling for their every lives here. Hearts trying to go forward. Lifted over the top. Run for Braga to try and get on. Sinisalo out to the left-hand side of his penalty area. Gathers. Falls to the floor. 93rd minute of the game. Minimum of 8 to be added on. And the heart of Midlothian's fans that are sat inside the stands will not have any idea how tight that decision has come down to. When they see it, I'm afraid they'll be slightly angered. Ball goes forward, flicked on. Shanklin gets the ball down, loses out. Maeda picks the pieces up on the edge of the Celtic penalty area, way to my right, drives forward. Strong challenge comes in. Shanklin tries to play it forward. Sarachi puts the ball out of play. Sarachi and Shanklin now decide to have a little bit of pushing and shoving. Sarachi could do better than to walk away here, as Shanklin wants to throw the ball in. Shanklin gets a yellow card for his part in the altercation. Sarachi also gets himself a yellow card. Hearts fighting for their very, very survival here. First yellow card of the season for Sarachi. Long throw into the Celtic penalty area. Brought down inside the box. Turned forward again by Hearts. Hacked away by Sarachi. Becoming pivotal in this game at the moment. 94th minute. Devlin all the way back to Swallow. Swallow now plays the ball forward. Left-footed. Long ball forward. Headed away back there this time by the Celtic rearguard. Terrible challenge in the middle of the park by McGregor. Free kick to Hearts just inside the half of Celtic. Swallow comes forward to take it. Hearts fans must wonder, where is any justice here? Chance now for Hearts to put it forward. It's 2 yards inside the Celtic half. Swallow addresses the ball right-footed. Celtic defend the goal away to my right. Deep ball into the box. Headed back across the face of goal. Cleared by Celtic. Picked up by Hearts. Hearts play the ball out near side. Trying to build again. And Maeda caught late on this near side by Shankland. And Shankland and Maeda. Maeda could do well than to get in the face of Shankland. Shankland to do well not to bite. But it is all going a little bit south, as they would say, north of the border here for Heart of Midlothian. We're into the 96th minute of a minimum of 8. Possibly hear by the voice in my commentary that I'm not totally convinced by that decision for the goal to be overturned by VAR for not offside. The upper torso of Maeda was clearly offside, a good half a body offside, but they decided to draw the line on the ankle. Now, most of the other times I'm seeing patellas and kneecaps and different things be used in different guises to what body part is in front. We've got a yellow card being brandished here, and that is where I sit with this current offside decision. That's not even mentioning the fact that I don't think that Kizaridis could actually move his arm from the penalty award at the end of the first half. It is going to be an interesting thing. Long ball lumped forward to the edge of the box, headed away by Scales. Hearts try and come forward here. They can't change what the referee has done so far. It's played off the legs of a Celtic man, far side of the pitch. Celtic pick up the ball down the side of their own penalty area. They just launch it to the halfway line. Swallow will chest this ball down, brings it down on the instep in the end, not his chest, and then thumps the ball left-footed forward. Up it goes. Celtic just head the ball away. Chesnikov gets the ball down. Breaking forward, Devlin with the ball. Lifts the ball up towards the edge of the box. Thumps into the body of McGregor. Maeda, the goal scorer, brings the ball down. Can't clear it. Devlin comes forward. Late challenge by McGregor. Free kick should be given away here. Hearts with one more chance to put this ball into the penalty area. It's very, very deflating. I won't be around for the post-match call. I'll literally give you the final score. Goals on 53, put in by Shankland at the back post from a corner from Kingsley. Gave Hearts the lead. Then a ball into the box from close proximity by Kieran Tierney. A lunge. Let's set this free kick in by Spittle. Headed away. Devlin gets it down. Chests it. Fires a shot goalwards. Chance here for Celtic to break. They're going to make it 3-1 now. It's academic now. It's 3 Celtic players driving forward into the penalty area and rolled into the empty net. Celtic have won by 3-1. They've won by 2-1. Osman puts the ball into the back of the net. Celtic are going to be champions in the 98th minute of the second half. Aided and abetted by decisions, that's down to your call. That's down to the pundits. That's down to everybody around. But if I was a Hearts fan that's watched that game, I would now be saying to myself that I feel a little bit cheated here. As Celtic fans pour onto the field of play, they think it's all over. And the referee has blown his whistle. Celtic now are the champions of the SPL for the 5th year on the trot. Hearts have lost it, but there is plenty of talking to go. Shanklin opened the scoring. Engels with a penalty, dubious penalty, made it 1-1 just before the break. Into the second half we went, and then the second goal by Dyson Maeda came late on in the piece. It was offside and then it was called onside. Clearly looked offside to me, but when they drew the line on his little pinky, it was onside. And then late on in the piece, a corner was cleared by Hearts with their goalkeeper up, and Osman put it in on 90 and 8 minutes for Celtic to win by 3-1. Thank you very, very much for listening, but please do keep your eyes on the press and all the rest of the written press. There's a lot of stories to be told about this one. It's finished here at Celtic Park. Celtic champions, Celtic 3,